The deadline to contribute to a first home savings account for the 2023 tax year is December 31st, right around the corner. The account allows for tax-deductible contributions, tax-free earnings, and tax-free withdrawals. Anyone who is 18 years or older, a Canadian resident, and is a first-time home buyer can apply. But it's not just young Canadians that are looking to take advantage of this account. In a time of low housing affordability, the Bank of Montreal says 24% of parents are already likely to use the account to help their children buy their first home. For more on this, let's bring in Jamie Keenan, Senior Wealth Advisor and Portfolio Manager with BMO Private Wealth. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So when we talk about parents being interested in using these first home savings accounts, is it really interested in setting one up for their child so that their child is going to be ready to use it?
Right. So I think if you have a child that's struggling with getting into the real estate market, the first home savings account is a really great entry and a way for parents to be able to gift money to their adult children to help them, give them that nudge that they need to get into the market. I mean, as you mentioned, home prices have been going down, but affordability is still such an issue for Canadians. So we're seeing parents more than ever step up to the plate and help their kids out.
Okay, so but the kid themselves still needs to set up the account. So it's under their name. That
Correct.
Sort of idea. Okay, and then the parent can gift money if they're able to into this account so that they can take advantage of the benefits of it.
For sure. It really comes down to the financial plan and making sure that you're looking after yourself first. So as a parent, making sure that your retirement isn't going to be jeopardized by making this gift to your child. But it is the child themselves that have to open the account and have that tax deductibility. So the parent cannot take the tax deductibility.
Right. And when you're thinking about this deadline of December 31st, there is a benefit to making sure that you open the account, put something in it this year, because you get a dollar amount each year. Is that right?
So you're bang on. We want to make sure that the account's open before December 31st, just to start accumulating that room. So it's different than an RSP and a TFSA, in which that accumulation room grows regardless of having the account open or not. We have to get that account open to be able to start accumulating that room. You don't necessarily have to put the $8,000 in this year, which is the annual contribution maximum, but at least getting that account open means that accumulation will start to grow.
And remind us again of some of the benefits of this particular account, because I remember when it was detailed and we were thinking, this sounds like it has, the best of both worlds when you're thinking of the RRSP and the TFSA, but in one.
It's really a slam dunk. So it's the best of both worlds. You get that tax deduction like an RSP, but then the investment grows tax-free once it's in the first home savings account. And then when you when you buy your first home, it actually comes out tax-free as well. So it's combining the best of both worlds.
Because there is one other account that when you take money out of your RSP for buying your first home, then you have to pay that money back over a certain period of time.
For sure. So it's one of two tools, or maybe three tools if you include the tax-free savings account, that we can use to really build our first-time home buyers. The first-time home buyers is another way. Mm-hmm. That was introduced in, I believe, 1992 by the government, and you can take up to $35,000 out of an RSP. But the difference there is that you actually have to pay it back. After the second calendar year that you withdraw the funds, you have to pay them back within 15 years. Whereas the first home savings account doesn't have that repayment feature.
How much interest have you been seeing for the first home savings account so far? Because it came out, but then it wasn't actually ready to go yet at a lot of financial institutions across the country. It took some time to roll things out. What's the pickup been like?
For sure. So the BMO Institute survey actually found that 2/3 of those surveyed weren't really knowledgeable about the first home savings account. So it's a new product. That makes sense. But I think the education is really important. We're seeing a huge pickup now, thanks to shows like this that are educating clients and about the benefits. And I think parents are getting involved and saying, hey, wake up, 18-year-old. This is a great option.
Yeah. When it comes to those parents or maybe even grandparents parents that are thinking, well, I've got some extra cash, I can help you get things started here. Is there a limit in terms of how much can be gifted, or is it just the same as the overall total?
So it's the overall total. It's $8,000 annually, up to the maximum of $40,000. So you mentioned grandparents. We're also seeing them getting involved. In the past, it's been a lot of grandparents helping out with registered education funds, but now they're stepping up to the plate and saying, how can we help our grandkids with their first home as well?